This morning early at the gym, I was talking to a couple of buddies of mine and reminded of an old saying that you've probably heard before and even tried, but it's worth revisiting again. The old saying is, talk to yourself, don't listen to yourself. I'm reminded of an experience I had 41 years ago. It was July 12th, 1977, and I was a young private in the United States Army. I had joined to get the GI Bill, and on that day we had just gotten our heads shaved and new uniforms, and we were about ready to go into our barracks. There were 300 guys or so out in a field of dirt. And they said, okay, everybody drop and give us 50 push-ups, they being the drill sergeants. And so we stopped and gave 50 push-ups. And then they said, stand up, get at attention. And then they said, if your last name begins with the letter A, go into the barracks and find your room. Everybody else drop and give us 50 more push-ups. And then they stopped us and said, okay, if your last name begins with the letter B, go in the barracks and find your room. Everybody else drop. I thought, this is not going to go well. I quickly started adding up my mind. What letter is the letter V in the alphabet? Well, it's the 22nd letter. 2,100 push-ups later, some of them looked pretty ragged. I thought I was going to die when I finally got to go into my room in the barracks. And that night I thought, I don't care how much the GI Bill pays, and I don't care how important it is, I don't think I'm going to live through this. Man, I prayed and worried and fretted and barely slept that night. The next morning I got up and thought, it was a thought that came out of nowhere. Millions of people have made it through basic training in the Army. And if they can do it, surely you can do it. Surely I can do it. That served me very, very well. And that's what I looked at for the rest of those 8 weeks. These other guys did it, surely I can do it. And I would say that that has happened to you in your life more times than you care to imagine. We all get frustrated, disappointed, unhappy about failures and things that didn't go the way we would have thought they would have or should have. In fact, last weekend after a great conference, I was having a little pity party myself about some things that really hadn't gone quite the way I had hoped they'd gone in my life. I was complaining to my wife, and then I was thinking later, the stories are legion of people who haven't quite accomplished what they'd hoped to do, but didn't give up. People who faced tremendous odds and failures and hate and frustration, who overcame those to accomplish great things in their lives. There's book after book after book about that. What I'd like you to think about the next time that you're feeling the world is closing in on you and wondering if you can do this or not, I'd like you to start talking to yourself. What is it you really want to have? What is it you really want to do? What is it you really want to be in your life? And what are you doing about it? Not what you should have done, but what can you do now, given those scenarios that have already happened in your life? There's an Asian proverb that says, fall 7 times, stand up 8. And I say that applies to every single one of us. It doesn't matter if you've fallen 7 times or 70 times 7 or 1,000,000. Just keep getting up. Just keep going. Get help. Find friends that have done it before. Read books. Do something. But talk to yourself. Stop listening to yourself. You'll be amazed at what you'll be able to accomplish when you do just that.